G'day folks, and welcome to this playthrough of Cooper Island. This is typically a 2 to 4 player mid-weight Euro game, but I'll be using the Solo against Cooper Solitaire expansion. This is basically a deck of cards which you set up along the bottom of your board here, and it drives sort of Cooper's actions. It's a very, very good solitaire system, one of the best solo systems designed. It's very quick to administer and enables you to focus on your gameplay and your decision making. So this is a mid to heavyweight Euro. The rules are of medium complexity, but some of the decisions you make are really quite complex, and I'll be running through the nature of those decisions in this gameplay. There's a lot going on here. Basically, a lot of my attention will be focused on my peninsula here. I'll be cultivating tiles here and building it up, and I'll explain how that works as I go. I have 2 scoring ships, and they'll travel around the outside of the board, scoring me victory points. Every space will give me a victory point, and I'll be collecting sort of bonus actions as I go. There are some treasure tiles around the board. We have some islet tiles out here, some landscape tiles to place and cultivate. This is the central worker action area. I'll be placing my workers here to perform actions. Cooper will be doing the same to basically stop me and interfere with my actions. There's a lot going on. This is Cooper along here. We'll follow his actions. I'll explain that later. He has 2 royal orders. These are the other royal orders that I can potentially select from up there. This is Cooper's actions. This is my worker board, so I have 2 workers available at the start to place here, and 4 more available for acquisition later. I also have my home board, and these are my income ships that I can potentially build. They're over here. They'll be built over here. We have my storage, my treasure storage, my cartography track and actions, my market. I'll explain how all this works later on. There are basically 3 phases to each turn, and there are 5 turns in the game. The Harbour Master marks the turn, so turn 1, 2, 3, and so forth. We start the turn with the income phase, then we go to the worker placement phase, then we go to the administrative or cleanup phase, where we do some basic administration. I'm going to run through how all this works by playing through this solitaire game. When we're playing with Cooper, we do the same steps, but follow these instructions. So this says carry out your income phase as usual. Cooper does not carry out the income phase. So I carry out my income phase as usual. During my income phase, I do whatever it says, where you see basically the income hand here. So this means I get to place an islet tile, and immediately I'm shaping my strategy. I have 6 available islet tiles here. I have to basically place them around my peninsula such that they are touching an existing tile, an existing landscape tile, and reaching out into the first ocean. So I can't place it here because it's not touching. I can't place it here because it has to touch water. It has to cover this first sandbank. And yeah, immediately I'm kind of starting to think about what tile to place. Now, the first tile you place in the very first turn has to go out to the right of your harbour, so it has to go out here somewhere. What I'm really looking at here is the nature of these actions. Every islet tile has a different type of terrain, which will give me resources. So you get stone and later gold from mountain regions. You get food from the plains. You get cloth from the towns, and you get wood from the forest. It seems pretty simple. As these landscapes build up and become cultivated, they produce more resources. So a food on a tier 1 farm or plain is worth 1 food. But if that same cube was over here, because it's now 2 tiers tall, it's worth 2 food. If I have cloth on this town, it's a tier 2 town, so it's worth 2 cloth. Now, if I need to pay 2 cloth, I can just remove that to pay 2 cloth. So you're thinking very carefully about cultivating your landscape and building up these resources, but there's so much else going on. This would let me collect a treasure adjacent to where I have a tile. That's not sort of really valid immediately, so I don't necessarily want to play that. When you place these tiles, you immediately get the benefit, and when you move one of your ships over these tiles, you get the benefit again. So I don't want to place that straight away. This would give me some basic resources, a wood or stone, and then a food. This would advance my cartography track by 1. This would give me a coin. This would give me a gold or a cloth. They're rarer resources. And this would let me draw an additional landscape tile. Now I know that landscape tiles, you start with 2 random tiles from the draw. These are very important. There are always the 4 different terrain types shown on these tiles, but in different combinations. So this has wood next to mountains, this has plains next to mountains. It's good to have a bit of a variety here, because when you place these tiles, you want to be flexible with your placement. And what else is going on? Okay, so another thing to consider here is income boats. It's good to build these income boats early in the game. They then give you income for future turns. They cost a lot of coins and a little bit of wood. So for example, I could place this to immediately start generating some coins for myself. It'll give me 1 extra coin, and you start the game with 1 coin. So I only really need then 1 more coin to be able to, well, at least afford the coins to afford a boat. And if I build 2 income boats, I then unlock my 3rd person, which would be really nice. So that's one option. Get coins, go income boats. Go landscape tiles, have more choice for cultivating my landscape. The cartography track here is very important. Whenever you build up a landscape, you can use the cartography track to grab a single terrain tile, as you can see here, to basically enhance the level of that cultivation. So tough choices. I could get some basic resources here. That's not so bad. I could look at an early delivery. If I make a delivery, I get my little lid, and this gives me a bonus action to perform. That's always nice, but it's an expensive path to take. Yeah. Look, I'm kind of thinking that it'd be nice for me to get a boat out early. So I might take this and I'll place it there. What this does is it gives me a food, and it gives me a coin from supply. Now, throughout the course of your turn, you have what are called anytime actions. And that's basically any time during your turn you can do certain things. One of these anytime actions is taking goods from a tile and moving it to your storage. Now you notice my storage is limited and it's quickly filling up. I now have 3 goods here. I only have space for 5. I can expand that by building these small buildings. Ideally, you want to be very efficient with the accumulation and the expenditure of these resources, such that this is pretty much kept as close to empty as possible, so you always have room in your warehouse so that you can do kind of other things. So I have placed my islet tile. I have placed it here. I built, whenever you place a landscape, it produces basically. So I produce the food on the farm. I've moved it to my warehouse. Whenever you place an islet tile, you get the bonus illustrated. So I get a coin from that islet tile. The second thing I can do in the income phase is place one of my landscape tiles, and I already have a plan here. I want to place it somehow, maybe like that. Now, farms have to go over farms, mountains have to go over mountains, so I can't do something like that. I can't place a forest over a plain like that. They have to build on the same type, with the exception of towns. Towns can go on top of anything, and it basically converts that space permanently into a town. Now I want to play it something like that, but you'll notice there's nothing below that forest. Whenever I place a double landscape, I can spend 1 cartography point to basically shimmy a tile under there, 1 tile, to make it level, like so. And with that, I have built 2 cloth and what equates to 2 wood. Now again, with an anytime action, at any time I can take this 2 wood and move it to my warehouse. But in doing so, goods here are always worth 1. So I'd reduce the effectively the quantity or the value of my wood from a 2 to 1 by moving up here. Whenever I need to pay something, so let's say I need to pay one wood, I could spend this 2 wood, but I never get change. Ever, ever, ever. Never get change. Fortunately, there's this boat here, which lets me pay 3 coins, 2 wood. So I could spend that 2 wood and build this boat instead of the first boat. And that's kind of what I'm leaning towards now. Why did I build cloth? Okay, well there's another anytime action, and that is that at any time I can exchange 2 cloth for 1 silver, and that goes into my market. Now the market is a little bit different to the warehouse, unlimited storage, but at the end of, during the cleanup phase down here, any goods left in the market will be removed. I'm hoping I'll be able to spend those things almost straight away. Okay, so that is the end of my income phase. Cooper does not carry out the income phase, so we're all good to go. These are basically Cooper's objectives. That's what he's striving for, and a lot of his actions will drive him towards that. But because he's kind of the opponent, I want to sort of interfere with his plans. And so there's these bonuses here. Whenever I erect a building, I gain a helm point, which is effectively a victory point. And whenever I perform the supply cargo ship action, Cooper gains an anchor, which is effectively a negative victory point. So I can still kind of compete with him by striving for these objectives as well. In addition, as my game develops, I'll be looking at these Royal Order cards up here, and they give me bonus end game victory points. I'm looking in particular at the boat building action, Royal Order there. If I can build 5 income boats, I get 8 extra victory points, and these are worth by themselves 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can generate a lot of coins and wood. I can build a lot of boats, helps with my income, and gives me lots of victory points, plus potentially the end game victory point as well. That's the income phase over. We now move to phase B, the worker placement phase. So Cooper and you take alternating turns. Cooper is always a starting player and takes 1 more turn than you in each worker phase. So he'll place 3 workers. For now, once I gain 3 workers, he'll place 4 workers and so on. On Cooper's turn, draw 1 card from the top of his action deck, carry out all instructions stated on it from top to bottom, and then place it onto Cooper's discard pile. Okay. It also says when you place a worker on top of one of Cooper's workers, or on top of a worker of a 3rd colour, there are none of those at the start of the game, they will come out, Cooper gains a helm point. Also, you must pay the usual fee, 1 coin or 1 resource cube, to the general supply. If you cannot or do not want to, you gain an anchor point. So he'll draw cards from these. This is kind of preceded with 2 strategy specific cards on top. Basically at the start of the game, you choose a strategy for Cooper to pursue, and you can build your game around this strategy. This provides a bit of variation. I've picked his house building and cargo delivering strategy. And what does this do? So if you have unlocked at least one of your special workers, he places a special worker. Well, I haven't done that. If you have not yet unlocked a special worker, or if the square worker space is already occupied, he places 1 normal worker onto the round worker space instead on that action, his house building action. And all he does is block it. Yep, that's it. Now, if he were to place his worker on top of mine, so I know now that he's done his house building action. I know his next card here is going to be the cargo delivery action. So if I would have pursued the cargo delivery, I could have taken an action, and I know that he's going to go there next to start the game, and I can kind of plan around sort of what he's driving towards. If Cooper has this Royal Order card in his Royal Order display, he gains 1 helm point. Well, there you go. Cooper has gained 1 helm point. and he moves around the victory point track like so. That basically shows us that he has one victory point. Simple as that. We now alternate. And as I said, I have 2 workers. I know exactly what I'm going to do first. I want to go boat building. Now, round workers go on round spaces, square workers go on the square spaces. You'll notice the square spaces provide some additional benefit for each of these spaces. Let me explain how these work, what these spaces are. 4 of these spaces enable you to place sort of additional terrain tiles. This one lets you either draw a tile or place a tile, plus gain a cartography point. This one lets you draw a tile and place a tile, but with no cartography point. This one gives you 3 cartography points and a point and or a random a resource of your choice. This one lets you either draw 2 landscapes or place 2 landscapes. They're the 4 kind of landscape building, cultivating actions. The triangle spaces in the corner are building actions. This one lets you build a boat, this one lets you build a house, this one lets you collect or build a treasure, and this one lets you deliver cargo. So you're spending resources basically with each of these actions. This one you spend resources to deliver the cargo to these ships. Okay, so I'm building an income boat, and I want to build this income, basically a boat on this space. It's going to cost me 3 coins and 2 wood. So I take my wood, which is a value 2, place it back in supply. Now I need to choose what type of boat I want to build. And if I want to continue with this boat building strategy, the boat that gives me extra coins would probably be best. The other option would be extra storage or extra landscape. I'm pretty good at managing my warehouse, so I think I really need these coins. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go with a coin generation boat. Building that boat gives me a helm point as well. So I now move my boat across to here, and guess what? That gives me a coin. So I get a coin for building the boat. You get the benefit instantly upon building it, and I get a coin for building over there. So I'm now just 1 coin and 1 wood away. Unfortunately, I don't have the landscape tile to build on top of those things. So that's my action. I built the boat, got the resources, end of my turn. What is Cooper going to do next? I know he's going to deliver some cargo, and there we go. So I haven't unlocked a special worker. If you have not unlocked a special worker, let me move this over to show you this in some detail. Okay. If you have not yet unlocked a special worker, he places 1 normal worker on that space. This is the cargo delivery space, just like that. And he hasn't placed his worker on top of mine. If he has that royal order card, he gains another helm point, like so. Alright, back to my turn. And to further pursue my boat building strategy, I really would like some more wood and to be able to build another boat and some more coins. I just need 1 more of each. I also am going to need food at the end of the turn to feed my people. It's going to cost me 2 food. Unlocking a house. So when you build these houses, they give you small buildings. You draw 4 cards and take your pick of one of them. It usually gives you, the small houses give you a one-off bonus, the large houses give you sort of an ongoing bonus. But I have no stone to build that with. Look, I think I'm just going to take the easy action and take this treasure. So I take the treasure from here, which clears the land. I flip it upside down and place it there, and that So I now have a treasure which I can build next turn, and it'll start generating income. I can build, when you build a treasure or a house, it goes in the highest unoccupied space. Okay, so Cooper goes next. We don't know what this card's going to be. It is H1. He's going again to his cargo delivery action. So it's placing it there. It places one normal worker onto the round space. If it's already occupied by his worker, he places one special worker onto the square space instead. Okay, if the harbour master stands upright, lay it down. It basically says the first person to deliver gets a 1 discount. If he has that royal order, he gains another victory point. Okay, so he's way ahead with 3. That's the end. He's out of actions and I'm out of actions. So, yep, we're done there. Now we go to the administration phase. First we carry out his cleanup phase. Return his workers from the Central Island Board Okay, I don't take back my own workers yet. If there are any milestone tokens on card 7, there aren't. This is when I unlock my milestones. I get a special bonus here. Finally, shuffle the discard pile and place it face down on top of Cooper's action deck. So we know exactly the 3 actions he's going to do next turn. Then I carry out my clean out, but each worker in A, C, E and G, I place the other colour. A, E, C and G. Well, I didn't place any there. So no, they're not going to block my next turn. Okay, so my cleanup is if I have a large building, I could pay to flip it over. Nothing like that. No statues. I haven't cultivated the end of my peninsula, so I don't get bonuses there. I return my workers to there. I clear my market. It's empty. And we advance the Harbour Master to turn 2. That is turn 1 complete. We're on to turn 2 of 5. Okay, at the start of this turn, I carry out my income phase as normal. I place an islet tile. Okay, so now we've got more choices. I definitely want to build a boat. I think I'd like to place this for sure, right? Although, you know what? If I can place something with wood, that's a shame. That maybe give me some gold and cloth. They give me 1 wood, but you know what? I'd really like to have that landscape tile, and it'd give me the stone that I need to maybe consider building a small building. So I'll do that. That will give me a stone. When I place it, I draw a random double landscape tile. Hey, that's exactly what I wanted. It's perfect. The next step of the income phase is to place this tile. That gives me now a cloth worth 3 and a wood worth 3. Is that what I wanted? Or is there another way? Maybe I should do that instead. Oops. No, I think I'll do that. Sell my cloth for a coin. You know what? I have another idea. I will move my 1 stone immediately to storage. I will spend a cartography point to shimmy my mountain to level 3. That now gives me 3 wood, 3 stone. Now, I should also point out, whenever you take a stone at tier 3 or higher, you can instead choose to take a gold. So there's either 3 gold or 3 stone. I think I'll take 3 stone because I want to build a statue, and I'll show you how that works in just a moment. This is the action I'm thinking about here. I know Cooper wants to build, so if he doesn't build immediately, I can place my worker there, which helps me. Yep, so I've done that. I've spent my cartography point, which is down to 1 now. That's my income phase. He doesn't do the income phase. He will now take the first turn of the worker placement phase. I should point out, my warehouse is now chock-a-block full. I've got to be careful with what I do with these resources. This is his first action, and as we hoped for, he's going to deliver some cargo, and he gets 1 victory point because he has that royal order. So he's racing ahead on victory points. He's now on 4, but he's done exactly what we wanted him to do. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take a coin for my income. I forgot to feed my people as well. So there you go. I've got to feed 2 food. I forgot to do this at the end of last turn, which gives me space for my coin. But building that statue would give me the long-term victory point generation. Basically give me 4 victory points over the course of the game if I build that statue. Now you know what, it's too hard to resist. I'm going to have to build the statue. So I pay the cost, which is either 3 wood, 3 stone, or 2 wood, 2 stone. 2 gold. So 3 wood, 3 stone. I build my statue on the highest empty space. It could be either of these. I don't need that much wood. Wood's important, but I don't need 4, 5, and so forth. So I'll build that. That is now worth 1 victory point. So I skip over here and I draw another tile from the bag. I also need food, so I've got to feed my people. I need boats, I need wood, I need lots of things. Okay, I was hoping to get a second boat out, but it's not happening. Should have planned for that. In any case, Cooper is next, and he is going to do his second action. He's going to place another worker, this time a square worker, there. He lays a harbour master down, and he gains a victory point. Yet again. I think he moves all the way around to here. To gain a book. So the book is just a marker showing that you've got 5 victory points. When I get a book, I flip it over. When Cooper gets a book, when he visits the harbour, when he reaches the bay, place 1 logbook token from the general supply next to his play area. Yep, that's it. Okay, I feel like I should not have placed that statue. It's going to give me victory points, but yeah, at the cost of sort of building my engine, because I'm not going to get a worker this turn. Back to my turn now. 1 worker left. I have built 1 statue, so maybe I could collect. I can't collect that other statue, of course. I need some wood. Okay, so I am going to basically play that. So I need food. So I need to place a tile, and I might draw a tile. So I'll draw a tile, place a tile. I think this action here. Yeah. So when I draw first, maybe it's something that I could really use. Alright, farm and wood. That's probably more important than that. So I'll spend a cartography point to shimmy a wood under there, and I'll move it in like so. That then generates 2 food and 2 wood. Now I need that 2 food to feed my people. I now have enough wood and coins to build my next boat. And in fact, next turn I'll have 4 coins, so I can build a slightly better boat than the one at the top there. Alright, that's my workers done, but Cooper of course has one more turn than me, and of course he does the building action. So if I placed a worker there, he'd get a negative victory point. So I went for the basically a net of +4 instead of the -1. So he does that, and he gains yet another helm point. He's racing ahead. And that's the end of the worker phase. We return Cooper's workers from the board. We now place a blue worker here. And it counts as another sort of blocked. You'll have to pay additional points to go there, basically. What else does Cooper do? No milestone tokens yet. We'll get to those in a moment. Now my cleanup. Got to remember, first thing, feed my people. There we go. Forgot that last turn. No buildings to flip over. I have a statue. So now I gain a victory point. And I'll place that in there. Haven't discovered the end. Return my workers. I've jumped the gun there. Nothing in my market. Harbour Master moves on. We're at turn 3. Okay. Started the income phase. Oh, sorry. First of all, we of course shuffle Cooper's cards. He's doing the same actions again. This is driving his strategy. Oh, of course, if I erected the building, I would have gained a victory point there as well. So it would have been +2. Oh well. Income. I will gain a coin for my income boat. I will place an islet tile. Cartography points would be great. I really, really need some cartography points. I've gone to 0. Having at least 1 would be valuable. Yeah, let's do that. So we get a food on that space. We get 1 cartography point, just 1. It's not a lot. But it also gives us access now to this treasure, this ruins tile over here that I can remove potentially. I need to build my boat though. We also get to place a landscape tile. So what I'm going to try to do here is drive straight down the middle, try and clear these 3 areas. So I'm going to put a tile here. Yeah, like that. It's always going to be connected. That gives me not a lot, 1 cloth and 1 wood. Okay, that's my income phase. My actions, I'm going to go straight to boat building, and I'm going to build a nice fancy boat. 4 coins and 2 wood and 2 victory points. 1, 2. So that gives me another cartography point. And what boat am I going to build? What am I going to build? More landscape tiles would sure be great. So I need some better ones. I might do that. So that gives me, when I build it, I get the bonus. It's a decent one, that's good. It's going to give me a lot of cloth and gold. So maybe I can make a delivery. Yes, that looks good, I think. That's my action. Oops, sorry, Cooper should have gone first. My mistake. He's going to build and gain a victory point. Now, I have 2 income boats, so basically I flip this over, and anytime I want, I can advance this over to unlock another worker. Now there are 4 different workers to unlock. These guys cost 1 each. One's basic, one's special, but you return with the special. You return one of your workers to unlock the special. With these 2 on the right, they pretty much the same, but they cost an extra food to feed. But if you do manage to feed them successfully, you get a helm point, a victory point. So I think I can generate a lot of food. I've only got one at the moment, but if I cultivate this food plain tile one more time, that'll give me 4 food, which is enough for these workers. So I think I'd like to go for one of those on the right. And I think I'd like to get just one more worker. So I'm going to unlock this one. Right, so now by the end of this turn, I need the bonus work. The square worker is really good, but if you choose a special worker, you must immediately assign an available worker to a royal order card, to one of these victory point cards. So basically you lose one of your regular workers. So I've got to find a way to catch up to him. He's racing ahead too fast. And yeah, by getting another worker out, I can draw a different type of action from Cooper. So yeah, that's by building 2 boats, I've done that. If I can build a second treasure, I get a second worker as well. So what's Cooper going to do for his second action? He's going to deliver some cargo, and he gains another victory point. Yes, I've got to slow that down. Incidentally, now that I've done this, so when I get a new worker, take any one of Cooper's milestone tokens and place it face down here, and later I'll be able to take some of his actions and put them on the bottom of the deck, which I definitely want to do. Okay, my next action, it needs to be kind of getting some treasure. So I absolutely have to collect some treasure. And I'll collect this one here, which clears this space, lets me cultivate there to potentially get victory points towards the end of the game. Okay, that's pretty much my action. Cooper is going to deliver his cargo again on the square space, and he topples the Harbour Master down, and he gains another victory point. He's on 9 now. I can tell that because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Back here is 10. So he goes round the island basically. My last worker, and I need this food, so I basically need to place it here, and I'd like to get the cloth as well. That's what I have to do basically. Food and wood. So I get 3 wood, 3 food. Via, what action am I doing here? This one, I think, play 1 tile and gain a cartography tile. Okay, so I could, as an anytime action, spend 2 cartography points to place a new tile. I could spend 3 cartography points to build up some more gold. I don't think I want to do that just yet. I think I'll hold my cartography points for now. I'm about to feed my people. Let's see what happens. Cooper now. His last action is going to be a new one. He's going to go statue building. That's good for me. He places one of his normal workers onto the round space. If the space is already occupied by his worker, if he places his on top of mine, I can take 1 resource cube of my choice. What do I want? Okay. Well, I want to build some more statues. So I have enough wood to build a statue. I just need either some stone or some gold. And you know what? I think I'll take a gold. Because I then only need 1 more gold. I can sort of do this action here, take the 1 gold resource, to have enough to build another statue. I didn't plan on the statue building objective, but I'm sort of being driven that way. I can take 1 resource of my choice, and Cooper gains an anchor. Okay, so let's see how these anchors work. Anchors are these little tokens that you place below your ship, and Cooper, next time he gains a victory point, instead of gaining that point, he just removes the anchor. So in effect, as I said earlier, it's a -1 victory point penalty. Cooper gained, in any case, a victory point. So he removes that anchor now, and if he has that royal order, that happens. So he's just charging through the victory points. So we carry out Cooper's cleanup phase. We return his workers. He's doing a lot more work now. Unused milestones. So now I can do one of these things. I can choose an action from the discard pile. I can place it face down. I can place one of these cards face down on the bottom. I might place one of these, maybe the Harbour Master one. I'll place that at the bottom of Cooper's action deck. So he's not going to do that action anymore. I will shuffle these, place them back on top, and then I do my cleanup. So these come back. Didn't do that action, so it goes away, but a new one comes out to block that action. And the Harbour Master, oh, what else? Got to feed my people. 4 food. I fed my people now, so I gain a helm point for that. We'll advance that 1. Okay, no small buildings, no cargo. I have a trophy thing, so I gain a victory point, which gives me a logbook token. Now when I gain a logbook token, it's a reminder of 5 victory points, but I also get the bonus on the back, and look, there's the gold that I needed. So now I have the gold and the wood to build another statue. Brilliant. Statue, haven't cultivated the end there. Return my workers, I've already done that. Clear my market. Advance the Harbour Master. It's turn 4 and I'm really running way behind of speed. Income phase. I can place an islet tile. Okay, so let's I don't want to place that because I don't have space to remove any more things. 1, 2 or 3. I think some more gold. If I'm going to be wanting to, yeah, we'll get some wood and we'll get some gold, because if I'm going to be wanting to build more statues, I'm going to need more gold. So I place that. I can also, oh look, I can take a coin. I can take a landscape tile at random, and I can place a landscape tile. Now what do I want to, I've got no room in my warehouse, so I do have to be mindful of that. I could build a lot of gold and cloth. That would help me with deliveries. Yeah, gold and cloth. So let's spend our cartography point to build up, shimmy a town tile under here, build that up, and that now gives me lots of cloth and lots of gold for building statues and generating coins. Nice. Okay, so Cooper now goes first. Here he goes. He is going to go straight to the building action. That's okay. Now what do I know? I know there's going to be delivery happening, and I know there's going to be his statue building. I want to jump on the statue building first. So I definitely want to grab that quickly. It's going to cost me 2 gold. What's the statue building? 2 gold and 2 wood. 1, 2. It's an efficient use of wood and gold. And I take my statue in storage and I place it on the highest empty space. Has to go there. Blocking my valuable food supply. You know what? Instead of taking gold from there, maybe I'll take it from there, which makes that the highest unoccupied space. Yes, it's wasting 2 gold, but I need my food. People gotta eat. Yep, we'll do that. What's Cooper gonna do next? Please say you're going to a treasure. He is going to a treasure. Great. So he places his normal worker on the round worker space. If he places his worker on top of mine, I take any resource I can't because I'm full. But he's anchored, but then he's unanchored. So net result pretty much of nothing, but he's wasted an action. Thank you, Cooper. Now I know his next action is going to be delivering cargo. So can I beat him to the action here? I think I can. If I do this action now, and I have got 3 gold and lots of cloth, I've got 5 cloth. Okay, so first person to deliver to the Harbour Master gets a 1 resource discount. So instead of 6 cloth, I just need 5. 4, 5, plus 2 gold, 1, 2, bingo. I now have a cargo lid. I get 2 helm points, 1, 2. I get an extra resource of my choice from here. I'll take a gold, thank you. What else? That's it. So I've taken my cargo lid from here, got the discount, turned the Harbour Master down to say he's done, and got my resource for advancing. Now I know Cooper is going to go there, right? He is. What a surprise. If I have unlocked at least 1 special worker, I haven't. So if I haven't unlocked it yet, he places 1 normal worker on the round space of the delivery action. Now I can take 1 resource of my choice. Well, what do I need? I need to collect another statue, and I need to build another statue. I need some food, my goodness. I'm going to have to... what have I done? I've built 2 statues now, so I have achieved that. I could unlock a worker right now, but... ooh, it's very tempting, but it's going to be very expensive to feed. I'd need 5 food. So I think I can do it. So I'm going to unlock this. I'm going to claim, I think, the statue building action. And the question is, which square do I unlock? Do I go for 5 or do I go for 6 food? I know I can cultivate this up to 4. Oh, I take any resource that I want, right, for this action. So I'll take a food. I think I can get just 1 more, so I think I'll just take this one. Not confident that I can achieve that. If I don't feed my people, I lose a victory point. Okay, so I take a resource, he becomes anchored, and then he gains a victory point, so the anchor and the helm point cancel each other out, again for a net result for Cooper. So I'm starting to just, not quite reel him in, but delay his VP generation. Whew, okay, that's his go, so I have my go now. Now, I could instantly build... I need food, don't I? I said I was going to get food. I need to get food. And I knew I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to get some cartography points. So I'm going to have to go up here. This lets me use the benefit of one of my boats. I'll use the cultivation tile. Benefit. Is that the one I'm going to do? Yeah, no, I've got to play it safe. I'm just thinking I'll draw a tile and maybe place it and hope for the food. But what I'm going to do here is gain 3 cartography points. I'm going to instantly spend those. 1, 2, 3 to upgrade this. Oops. This food. Oh, you know what? Sorry, let me take that back, because let me show you. Oops, wrong one. I now have this thing here, and I can do this to instantly take 2 cartography points. So I can go 1, 2. Before I take my action, I can then spend these 1, 2. Well, that's a backup. I can always spend 3 cartography points to build up 1 tile there and get the food I need. That's my backup. what I might do is try to draw and place. Draw a tile, place a tile. Now do I want, there's a couple of options here. I can get an eyelet bonus, so any one of these eyelet bonuses. I could do draw, place and a cartography point. Or boat action. I don't think it really matters all that much. I'm going to pretty much be doing the same thing. Getting the bonus cartography point is always good. So I'll do that. I'll get a bonus cartography point. I'll draw a tile. And let's hope it's a plains village. It's not. Do I waste my wood? I can't waste my wood. So now I've got to spend 1, 2, 3 cartography points to build this up to a tier 4, which places food on there. Because it's tier 4, it's worth 4 food. With this food, that's the 5 food I need to feed my people. Cooper, of course, has the last action, and he is going to do some more statue building. I've now unlocked a special worker, so he places a special worker on the square space over here. So he's trying to block my statue building. He doesn't have that royal order, so he doesn't gain a victory point. So this is a good card for me. Yeah, that's a good one. That's the end of the worker placement phase. Now, because I've unlocked a second worker, I get one of these, and I want to choose an action card and place it on top. Of the action deck. Choose an action card. This card is not shuffled with the rest, but stays below card 7, so it won't be in play during the next round. Maybe I do that, and I'm going to take that one out. So he's less likely now to interfere with my statue building. Okay. Instead of gaining a resource of my choice, I get it from the depot. So I know I took 1 food from the depot. I think I took a gold by accident from the depot. I'm not meant to take a gold. I'm meant to take one of these basic resources. So I'll take... That's a mistake. I'll take a wood instead. I may have stuffed that up. When you take those resources, they come from that depot over there. Okay, so Cooper is done. That's the end of his turn. My turn, I've got to feed my people. 4, 5, they are fed. I gain a helm point for feeding everyone, which brings me over there, and I get another logbook, which gives me another cartography point. Brilliant. Okay. Got to spend some wood now. Got a lot of wood here that needs to be spent so I could cultivate that further. Wood and gold. I need 1 more gold. Okay. I think I know what I need to do. So these Cooper's workers come off. My workers here come off. That disappears. That gets replaced. Okay. And the harbour master... Oh, sorry. Fed my people. I could spend 1 coin, which I think I'll do, to get that back. I have now 2 statues, so 2 more helm points. 1, 2. I get a resource of my choice. Well, there's my gold that I needed. It's not a resource of my choice. It's either a gold or a cloth, sorry. I haven't cultivated the end yet. I get my workers back, jump the gun again. Cooper's worker there should return as well. Market is clear. Harbour Master advances. We're into the final turn now. Okay. Cooper goes first. And income turn. I am going to place an eyelet tile. Yeah, I'll place this now because I get a wood and I have room for a statue, so I'll place that there. Yeah, good. What else? I get a coin. I get a landscape tile. And I can place one wherever I want. There we go, that's exactly kind of what I wanted, right? I need lots of food to feed my people. Food and cloth. Cloth I can sell for coins. Maybe I'll build another boat. Maybe I'll go for that boat bonus over there. Maybe. I have 2. Yeah. Last turn now, okay. That's it for income. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cooper is going to go straight to the delivery action and gain a helm point. So he gets another one of those as a reminder. My go. What do I need to do? Well, if I make another delivery, I get another worker for this last turn. That'd be lovely. Whenever I deliver a cargo, Cooper gains an anchor. So that's a -1 victory point. I did forget about that little bonus there. I haven't built any buildings. I want to build statues though, right? So this would be a good time to build a statue, because highest uncultivated or empty space is any of the forest there, which I can use. So I'm going to go over to this action, because this lets me both build a statue. It's going to cost me 2 wood, and 2 gold to build that on the highest empty space. It could be, let's say, this one there. Brilliant. And that gives me a helm point. Okay. And I've built one. I can do both actions with the square, and I'll retrieve this statue here and place it there. So I can build that. That'll be 4 statues worth 5 victory points at the end of the game. Cooper's turn, and he's going to go, he's going to place his special worker. I've unlocked at least one of mine, so he places his special worker on the square worker space. Brilliant. I get a resource of my choice. I think I'll take the stone, because I can build statues with stone. 1 more stone, and I can afford it. That'll be my 4th statue, yeah. So he does that. He becomes anchored without a gain. Yep, that's it. My go. Well, I'll go over here. No, sorry, before I do that, I think the last turn, so I could do this action here. Place 2 tiles. Just so close to finishing that off, but I'm not going to be able to make it. What I want to do is spend 1 cartography point to put a stone under here and generate 2 food and 2 stone. The stone is going to be used to build my statue. And I can place 2. So that's 1. The second one, what do I need? Maybe some more. I don't really need that much stone. I don't need that much food. I only need the 5 food to feed my people, and that is a tier 5 food. That's the only food I need. So I could take both of these off as an anytime action. I can build my second tile here, which gives me 3 gold and 3 cloth. This is important because if I make a second delivery, another worker, I could even take 2 victory points, 2 helm points, rather than the other worker. Although I could use that worker to unlock the boats and then maybe build another boat with the cloth that I could sell. I don't know, a couple of options here. That's my turn, I think. I placed 2 tiles, 1, 2, got a lot of resources now. Cooper's turn. He is going to go on the building action. He places his special worker on the building action, and he gains a helm point, which removes his anchor. So I've slowed him down, really slowed him down. Whew, okay, my go. Now, I want to deliver. One worker left. It is going to be my last action. What can I do? What's the best thing to do? It's got to be building that statue, right? That's a shame, because it's such a simple action, and there's a lot I could potentially do. Building statue will give me 1 point for the statue, plus 2 for my royal seal tile. To unlock this worker, I think I have to have a worker in the available workers area, unfortunately. So maybe I should have done that first to unlock the extra worker. Did it out of order. Unfortunately, cost me some victory points. So what is the best thing to do? Is it a statue? The statue's worth 3 victory points. I've got a lot of cloth. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is worth 4 coins. I've got 5 coins here. I could sell my wood, or sell my gold for coins to build another boat. No, really what I want is to get these statues out. So I'm going to go off to the statue building action. I'm going to build my statue on the highest empty space. It's going to cost me 2 wood and 2 gold. So wood and gold. It's pretty straightforward. The statue goes in the highest empty space. There. It gives me a helm point, which gives me a landscape tile. Now I've got a lot of available actions. I could cultivate even further. I could do any of these, but I don't need to. There's nothing, unfortunately, there's nothing else that I can do. I have a lot of resources to end the game, but not enough workers. Should have delivered that earlier, given me an extra worker. I could have done more. I could have got some extra victory points there. Oh well. Cooper will have the last say. He's going to now go to boat building. He has no special workers left, so he just goes there. He doesn't have the boat building bonus. Yeah, so I kind of stuffed up that last turn. Should have delivered cargo before, because I've got the stone. I didn't have to use the gold to build my statue. I could have used stone instead. Delivered the gold with some cloth. Messed that up. Oh well. Okay. So that is the end of Cooper's turn. We did a clean-up phase. We don't need to shuffle his cards because it's the last turn. We can just return his workers. And that should be about it for Cooper. Technically, a blue worker disappears, a new one appears over there to block that space for future turns, but again, it's the end, so it doesn't really matter. What matters now is, well, end game scoring. So I still have to do, administration, got to feed my people. 5 food. Yep, that's fine. I get a helm point for that. Which gives me another log book, which I can't do. It gives me another resource tile, which I can't spend at this stage. I'm way behind in victory points, I think. What else? Spend coins to flip that, no. Victory points for statues. I now have 4 statues, so 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't cultivate the end. Workers return, clear that. End of the game. I think, so I've got 5, 10, 15, 19, plus 4 statues, 19, 24 victory points. That's an okay score. Cooper, however, has scored far better than me. He has a base, where is it? Here we go, difficulty level 2, a base of 22. It's off to the right here. You choose the difficulty level. I chose 22. 22 plus 9 is 31. So he really beat me by 7 victory points. Yeah, I think I made a lot of mistakes here. I was too slow to get my workers out, too slow to work through Cooper's cards to try and change up his actions. That last turn I probably could have got, I think a lot of extra victory points. I could have triggered what could I have done actually? I don't know. Probably nothing. Getting a delivery would have got me 2 victory points perhaps. I've got a lot of cloth, so 2 victory points for that. Yeah, I don't know, maybe not. Early mistakes were critical as well. So folks, there you go. That is Cooper Island by Andreas Odendahl. It's wonderful multiplayer game, wonderful solo game using this bot system. It's a bit of a mess at the end here. I've moved everything around, but it works really smoothly. Thanks everyone for watching, and take care.